Hey guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your real estate sales guy, your insurance sales guy, and your sales guy every day of the week. How are you doing today? Today we're going to talk about our favorite subject, which is sales. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right on into it. What is our subject for today? Our subject for today is what are the documents you need when applying for a mortgage or buying a home? What do you need? That's a really good question. I've had a lot of people ask me lately, Gary, what do I need? I used to work in the finance business. I used to help people and with their mortgages. And I'm going to tell you what, a lot of times people, they want to buy homes or they want to sell their homes. And a lot of times they get like in a situation, they're like, they get somebody to help them to sell the house, like me, Gary Lee Stanley, a real estate guy. And then they need financing. And so they get somebody to help them with the financing, and they always ask the same thing: do you have these documents? So if you're looking to buy a house, it makes sense to go ahead and get prepared. Be prepared. And here's the thing, guys, if you ever think that you might be buying some things, that you want to buy a home, you want to buy a condo, you might want to go ahead and keep these particular documents together in a file so they're easily accessed, so that way it makes it easy for you, because you don't never know. Things happen. I've seen people who bought a house who got a divorce and within less than a couple of months. I've seen people who passed away. I've seen people who won some extra money. I've seen people who get a new job, or there's a lot of things that can happen in your life, and it makes sense to be prepared to buy a home. Because see, a lot of people like to live in homes, because it's about as cheap to live in a home than it is to buy and live, should I say, live in an apartment. A lot of apartments, they're expensive. They're almost up to $1,500 to $3,000 a month. Yeah, they're nice, but damn, you don't get no residual, no benefits out of them, except for you paid your month's rent. So let's take a look. What are some of the documents that you're going to need? First off, you're going to need a driver's license. That's just real simple stuff. You got to have a driver's license. They got to know who you is. Some kind of ID, something that proves who you are. And they're also, we got people who move from other countries, so they want to look at your passports and so forth. They want to connect the dots, make sure you is who you say you is. Also, Social Security. They're going to want your Social Security numbers. And that is such a valuable thing, because it tells a lot about who you are. Your Social Security number and your spending habits and so forth. And here's the thing. They want also bank statements from the bank that you are in. And make sure they're complete bank statements. Don't just have a half of them. You got 3 or 4 pages and only turn in 2. They may think that you're trying to hide something, and then it makes it really hard. I've learned from experience that what I've done is I take my complete set of documents and I go ahead and I put them together and I staple them. Now, you might have some extra pages, like, I don't need these pages. Now, if it's garbage, you don't need it. But if it's got anything to do with your monthly statement, you got to have a complete statement. That way they can make an informed decision whether they can help you financially. Also, they're looking for at least 3 to 6, sometimes up to a year of those statements, so they can watch how you've been spending your money. There's this thing that people do, that they bring illegal things into America, and they put money in an account, and nowadays they're checking if it's over almost $10,000, they're going to be looking at that money. A lot of people, they sell their houses, they got a stack of change, a stack of money, and then within less than 180 days they go ahead and buy their home. But a lot of times, they got to be real careful with people who are money laundering. So just remember that. They're just looking. They want to make sure you are who you say you are. They love cash, though, don't get me wrong. And with that in mind, they're going to look at your bank statements. They're going to need those. And here's the thing. You are going to have to show your tax forms, your tax background. The reason being is they want to look at least 2 years of tax statements to make sure you've paid your taxes first off, and they're going to look at how much money you've declared. Okay, so if you're out there working under the table, you made $100,000, but you can only show $20,000 or $30,000. That's all they're going to be able to base it on. So you might want to think, well, wait, maybe I need to go ahead and pay my taxes, because see, in the end, you're going to end up paying for something somewhere. But so here's the thing. Another thing that that you're going to want, if you're a military person, they're going to want your DD 214s. Now, for military people, you already know what that is. That means they can look everything. They can see how you got paid. They want to know what's going on, what your rank is. They want to know if you're retired, if you got money coming in every year, if you got retirement from there. They're also going to look at, like, say, for instance, if you have money that's available to get you into a home, they want to know about it. So if you got some annuities, you've got some insurance, if you've been given a 401k and you've got some paper stacked away in a seat, just look, you might want to declare it if you want to get that home. So just remember that the more money they can see that you got, the more easier it is for them to go, yeah, let's go ahead and give them a loan. And here's the key to success. You want to, if possible, to have at least 20% to put down. Now, if you don't, they'll walk you through a process and they'll charge you money on the back end. And they call that PMI. PMI, they make you pay for it up front. That's insurance to cover you if you default on your mortgage. And it takes a while to pay that. I'm telling you what, it takes a long while because you're paying interest before you pay any principal on your loan. And it sucks. And I've seen people that have it on there for 4 or 5 years, and then they finally get it paid off. They're so glad. I mean, I'm telling you, I had customers say, man, I'm so glad I paid that off. It took a long time. Yes, it does. It's there to protect the bank, not you. But see, that's just the way it is. Sometimes we got to buy maybe a smaller home or something a little bit less expensive so that we can at least get the 20% to pay down. It also pays down your mortgage. And one of the things you're going to need is you're going to have to pay closing costs. A lot of times, okay, guys, at least up to 9 to 10%. You're going to have to pay the people that helped sell the house. You're going to have to help the guy who helped you with the business, because it ain't easy being in real estate. You got to go to all kinds of training, all kinds of school. You got to market. You got all kinds of things that people just don't know about. So if you're buying a home, just remember that these people out here, and me, my name is Gary Lee Stanley, your real estate sales guy. And I have a nice website. It's at Exit Real Estate Gallery, and it is yourrealestatesalesguy.com. And that's me. It'll take you right to my website, and it'll walk you through a process. If you got any questions or help, I got you back. That's what this forum is all about, to give you some help so you can make some informed decisions. Or if you're trying to sell this stuff to people, if you're trying to sell, your customers, I worked in finances, so I seen the back end, the front end, the side end, and I seen it all. And it makes sense. And you got to talk to these customers about this information, because see, you're going to need also money for your escrow. And see, when you sell a house, people will buy a home, but they won't know. They'll say, oh, my monthly payment's only $1,000. What's this $350 extra a month? That's your escrow, your taxes and your insurance. So always be above board and let them know. And if you didn't know about that, you will find out, because you have to pay your taxes and your insurance, and they want to make sure that they take it out so you don't get in the arrears. It does protect you in the long run, so you don't got to worry about having to go pay those on your own. It saves people's butts all the time, but it sucks because sometimes taxes go up and insurance goes up, and then stuff happens. So what other documents are we going to need? Other documents that we're going to need is if you're employed with a company, you got a good company you've been working for at least for 2 years. They want to see at least 2 years of information. Now, things maybe have changed a little bit because of the coronavirus. They may be giving some help a little bit, but they're generally looking for 2 years of on the job. So that way they know that, hey, this person is stable. And see, generally what they're going to ask for, and then you can get this from your employer. It's called a P60 form. It's from your employer. A P60 form. It's a summary of all of your paychecks for that year. It's really good to get, and that way you can give it to your company, because sometimes people, they don't get pay stubs anymore. They do it all digitally and stuff like that, and this will help you and be able to make sure that the people who are going to finance your home, they've got the information. Now, another thing is, say, for instance, if you're self-employed, you're a person who's got maybe multiple companies that you work with, multiple products that you sell, or different things. So what they're going to ask for you is also 2 years worth of tax stuff, but in regards, they're going to ask for this document called a SA 302. What? SA. That's S as in Sam, A as in Apple, 302. Now, what this document is for, this document shows how much money you actually told them and you got taxed by. Remember I told you a little while ago that if you don't get your money taxed, and they're going to look at it and they're going to say, hey, well, how much money did you make that year? Well, really, I made 500,000, but really I only showed 300,000. They can only go based on that information. They got to be able to show what you reported. Now, they ain't in the business to try to get you in trouble or anything, but, it's a good idea to be above board, especially with the guy that's going to help you buy your house and the lady who's going to help you buy your home. And you damn sure don't want to lie to the people that are going to finance your homes, because they will find out and they may not give you a loan. Always be upfront and get prepared. Be prepared. Get these documents beforehand, so that way when you walk in there, you give it to the guy or you fax it over or whatever you do, you're prepared. And if in the future you sell your house or you move to buy another place, you're prepared again. Just update the documents that you need. One of the things that you really need to do also is do a credit check on yourself. You need to go ahead and pull your own credit. And what I mean by that is you can go ahead and get 3 credit reports at least once a year. And that will give you the foundation to see your credit, to find out what kind of credit you got. And if there's any things that are on your credit that, hey, that ain't for me. Who paid that? I don't know who that is. And that gives you the capability to fight that stuff. So that way your credit looks better. Now, if you don't do that, what's going to happen is you're going to be at the mercy of the person who's going to give you a pre-call. Basically, they're going to give you an opportunity. They're going to pull your credit and say, hey, you got a 650. Yeah, that ain't real good. You want to be a 657. You want to be up to over in 700s to get to really be able to get a loan. Now, they're working on it to help people. But if you're in the 500s, you need somebody to walk you through a process, get you help your credit, work on your credit, and then save up some money. It takes a little while, but it happens. Get you some secured credit cards, pay on those every month, and a year later, you may be able to apply and get a home. I'm just saying there is a way to get a home, but you have to work for it, and your credit really does come into play. So pull your credit, make sure you know what your credit score is, and keep that in the back of your mind. Every time you want to go spend money, buy money, oh crap. And here's the thing. You need to know how much money you make on a monthly basis. You need to know how much debt you got coming in or going that you're paying, how much debt you owe, and you want to know what's the minimum that you have to pay every month. Because see, what they're going to do is they're going to say, okay, well, you make $5,000 a month, but boy, your bills are $4,380. You don't got that much money to live on. Well, we really can't help you with a house today. Or they may just say you need to look at a little bit less house. And you were excited about getting that really nice house. But see, you got to remember, it's up to your good credit. It's always a good idea to be proactive and learn and make sure your credit is good, always. I mean, stuff happens. Don't get me wrong. Everybody has issues. They're like tissues. They pop up all the time. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your real estate sales guy and your mortgage insurance sales guy. I help people put insurance on their mortgages because, see, people die every day. And I work for Exit Real Estate Gallery, and my website is yourrealestatesalesguy.com. Check me out. You'll be glad you did. I'm trying to be real nice. I smile all the time, and I love to help people. Now, a lot of things that you really need to know is, like I said, every bank's got different criteria, and, to be prepared to make it easier on your life, it just makes it easy, guys. Go ahead and get your documentation. Remember, you're going to need 2 years of your tax returns. You're going to need at least quite a bit of information about your banking account. If you got any other ways that you're getting money, show if you got documentation to prove it. That's also a benefit, so that way you can get the home that you want. Save up some money. If you got cash, it's always a good thing. Check your credit. Make sure you pay your payments, and sometimes you got to pay off some debt to be able to get financing. It works like that. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your real estate sales guy. We just had a very simple conversation about what's needed. Just remember, you're going to need copies of all this stuff, and if there's any more that you may need, ask the people. But this will give you a good foundation. Get these documents, watch this video quite a few times, and then you'll be able to, okay, I got that, I got this, and I'm going to tell you what, when you go to buy that house and you're talking to that guy or that lady who's trying to help you get you home, you'll say, I got my documents right here, and they'll look at you like, damn, you're well prepared. See, most people aren't. They wait till the last minute and then they got to go look for that stuff and they don't know what they're doing. They're going nuts. So don't be nuts. Go out there and get you a house. You deserve one, my gosh, but be prepared. And my name is Gary Lee Stanley. I'm right here in Jacksonville, Florida, Northeast Florida. If you're moving from down south, out north, up west, I don't care where you're coming from, you're going to need a friend in the real estate business and the insurance business. So give me a call at 904-662-8933 and ask for Gary Lee. And check out my website, Your Real Estate. What is it? YourRealEstateSalesGuide.com. And I promise you, I'll help you walk you through a process. And if you need some more information, give me a little thumbs up. Share this video because everybody needs a friend. So I can be real friendly. I just want to be that guy. All right.